Zayn Malik just said he's left Islam and his Muslim fans are canceling him. The British singer, he was a once One Direction member, Zayn Malik, was the celebrity many Muslims, especially Pakistani ones, like to claim as their own because he had a father who was a Pakistani Muslim and his family appears to be Muslim. In an interview to British Vogue, Zayn was asked if he would call himself a Muslim, and his reply was, "No, I wouldn't." He added that he thinks religious beliefs are a very personal matter between the person and whatever they choose to believe, and that he doesn't like talking about them because it can lead to a lot of trouble. And as a result of him kind of walking a very thin line there, some of his fans are now canceling him.
What does it mean, canceling him?
Basically, not supporting him anymore, not supporting his music.
Okay.
Right.
That's weird. Like he's not gonna get hurt. In fact, I'm hoping he gets a lot more support because of this. But so this is great. This is like a lot of people. You know, when you had in the 1960s and 70s, so many people that were gay. They were the first, the first heroes that came out and became openly gay, even though the social backlash to them was going to be huge. And they accepted it, but they paved the way for a lot of other people to be able to openly say that they're gay. And then a lot of people think celebrities should stay out of these discussions, but I think when stuff like this, when they're taboo and a celebrity openly says it, I think it really helps normalize this, right? So this guy is basically an ex-Muslim, right? Isn't he? Or was he? Jim, did we lose you? Oh my God.
No.
Okay, what happened? Jim, so was he a Muslim, and is he an ex-Muslim?
Yeah, he was actually raised in a Muslim family. His father was a British Pakistani immigrant, immigrated from Pakistan.
Right.
And his mother, who married his father, then converted to Islam.
Right. So this really normalizes, being an ex-Muslim or leaving Islam, right? This goes a long way. This really helps. Just like the celebrities that came out as openly gay made a lot of people that were ashamed about being gay were ashamed. Maybe like they thought, maybe I just should keep it to myself. It gave them, the encouragement that they needed to just be who they are and not be ashamed of who they are and say it openly. And I think this also does the same thing, right? Especially when it comes with somebody with such high profile, right? So a lot of this is gonna do a lot for a lot of people that might be, ex-Muslims or living in Muslim families, but think not. Maybe I don't know if this stuff makes sense. When they see this news, they might be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say it as well. This is bullshit. I don't agree with all this nonsense, right? But go on.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, and he, said that his reason that he was no longer a practicing Muslim from a religious aspect was that he doesn't believe that you need to eat a certain meat that's been prayed over a certain way, halal meat. He doesn't believe that you need to read a certain prayer in a certain language, facing a certain way 5 times a day. He said that he just believes that if you're a good person, everything is going to go right for you. And and that's really great. That he's spreading that message. To where just because somebody is raised in a Muslim family, because this isn't somebody who's converted from Christianity or something else. It's somebody whose father, is from Pakistan. He is very, very much so a Muslim. Born and raised, him and his sister both, and this is a huge blow to Islam, though, because, like you said, such a high profile. It's kind of does the opposite of what Sinead O'Connor did by converting to Islam from Christianity or from Catholicism. It's a really big blow.
And I don't know if people understand how big of a blow this is, because a lot of Muslims that I talk to, they didn't even know that it's possible to be an ex-Muslim, right? And many Muslim leaders and scholars make it seem like once somebody becomes Muslim, it's impossible. Like, it's not just because of the threats, but Islam makes so much sense that it's impossible for somebody to leave Islam, right? And this basic, and I don't know if people understand how common that view is and how shocking it is to even to this day, even to Muslims outside of Islamic country, for them to meet somebody that actually left Islam or was in a Muslim family but they're not Muslims. So even to this day in Western countries, like in New York, for example, I talked to this guy, like, brother, you're a Muslim? I was like, no, I'm an ex-Muslim. And he was so shocked and he could not believe, like, he was like, brother, don't say that, what the hell? I still see so many Muslims that could not believe that people actually leave Islam. And this is an image that a lot of Muslims try to preserve. Like, the direction is always one way, right? If anybody
one direction.
just reason oh my god. No, but this One Direction singer that proved that there's actually two directions. People leave Islam because and the perception is that if anybody ever reads the Quran, just reads the Quran once, they have no choice but become Muslim, because that's how much sense it makes. But the truth is the exact opposite. A lot of people leave Islam after they read the Quran. The only thing I say about what he's saying is that when he says he wants to keep, first of all, it should be everyone's choice to keep their religion personal, but like that, or not a lack of religion personal, right? We just encourage people to be open about their lack of religion, but it's obviously their choice. I just hoping that when people say something is personal, they're not telling people that are public about it that's not okay. Because as much as we support people that want to keep it personal, we also want to encourage people that are public about it, that want to normalize it. And in fact, when he said that this is a personal thing and he doesn't, because he's not a Muslim, this is now very public. And when he said that he doesn't want to talk about it because it brings a lot of, I don't know, drama, but now this is going to bring a lot of shit towards him. So I don't know if he completely understood what he's getting into, because just saying that I want to stay out of it, but I'm not a Muslim, well, now you're in it. You're deep in it. Like, I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you were saying that, that as with him coming out, that it would encourage other people to also, admit to themselves that they don't necessarily accept, Islamic beliefs and the Islamic practices. But I actually believe that he himself is an example of that. I mean, you're looking at somebody who is a singer, somebody who drank, smoked, had tattoos. I mean, he was obviously not a devout Muslim,
right.
But so somewhere along the way he saw something that made him feel comfortable accepting, the fact that he did not accept Islamic practices, and that he could feel comfortable saying it out loud that he's not a practicing Muslim.
All right, but there's a huge difference, and again, I know a lot of people might not understand this. I'm an ex-Muslim, and I could tell you that there's a huge difference between not being a practicing Muslim and not actually believing in Islam, right? Because all of that can be forgiven in Islam, right? If you sin, you could be a Muslim, believe in all that, Allah, Quran, and all that, and be non-practicing Muslim. That just means you're not a very good Muslim. You're sinning all day long. And, you could repent, or you could do tawbah and it might be forgiven, or you just pay for it a little bit and then go to heaven, as long as you're a Muslim, right? So the non-practicing part for most Muslims is less of an issue than the non-believing part, because that's a different line to cross. So you could be like, yeah, I'm a Muslim, I believe in Muhammad, I believe in Quran, and you do none of the practices, you're sinning, but you're at least a Muslim that is sinning. Right? But when you say you don't believe in these things, that's a whole other ballgame. That's a different category under the Islamic viewpoint. Now you're an apostate, right? All of that other shit, drinking, sex before marriage, tattoos, not living according to Islam, all of that could have been forgiven, by God, or after spending some time in hell, right? Then you go to heaven. But this is a completely different. Now you're an apostate. Yeah. That means eternal torture in hell. You're never gonna get out. And by Islamic hadith, and I know a lot of Muslims don't know Islamic hadith, but according to Islamic hadith, you should be executed. So, but let me read some of the. Do you have anything to say before I read the comments on the post?
Oh no, I was just going to agree with you and say, in fact, that I guess you could say that has to do with many religions. There are people who practice through religion and would say that they are followers of the religion, yet on the surface they are most certainly not fundamental followers.
Right. So just let you guys know, for the people that were listening to the podcast version of this later. First, I read the comments on the Facebook post that we originally made. Then we're going to check out the YouTube live stream, and then we're going to check out some of the comments on if relevant comment on the Facebook live stream. So the top comment on the original Facebook post that we made this on the Atheist Republic page was, it's from Deanna. Deanna is saying, all those poor Muslim girls can't marry him now, but I can. Okay. Nan is saying, well done. What's his name? Zian? Zian?
It's Zayn.
Zayn. Oh, Zayn. Okay, Zayn Malik. Yep. Good job.
Zayn Malik. Yep.
Yep. I didn't know of this guy until now, by the way. Is that weird?
Oh.
Is he, like he's how famous is he?
No, I mean I knew of One Direction, but I mean I'm sure there's many people out there who know all four members, and they're probably attracted to one of the four.
Right. David is saying, does that not prove Muslims would only accept Muslims? Well, many of them, yes. Rob is saying to make up for Cyanide O'Connor. That's funny. Mahira is saying, best decision he has ever made. I'm an ex-Muslim also. Edwin is saying, I don't know who the fuck that is, but good for him.
Atheist Republic's mission is to give atheists around the world a louder voice. In order for us to be able to continue the Atheist Republic, we need your help. If we reach 100 patrons, we'll finally be able to afford all our costs. Help us get there.